Good morning, boys and girls. We're going to be starting our very new unit on geometry on the first lesson of distance learning. It's the last chapter for fifth graders to learn. So this is going to help you really finish up strong. Everything that you were lacking, this is the last of it. And we will be doing it for about 3 more weeks. For the first part, I want to talk to you about how can we identify and classify polygons? And the question that I want you to be asking yourself is, how can I identify and classify a polygon? And you're going to be hearing some words like congruent, heptagon, polygon, regular polygon, and I'm going to ask you to memorize those as we go along. But don't worry, we have a few days to do that, okay? So Florida requires that we learn to classify two-dimensional figures into categories based on their properties. If you look in here, this picture, I'm gonna try to make it a little bigger for you to see. Can you see that? Right there? That is Castle del Monte in Apulia, Italy. It's an actual building that exists in Italy that was built 750 years ago. The fortress has a central building with 8 surrounding towers. Look at the middle and tell me which polygon do you see repeated in the structure. This here, it's a polygon. And then there's a bunch of little towers around it that are the same polygon. In this case, the central tower has 8 sides. And each of the towers around it have 8 sides. And the name of that polygon is an octagon. Now, how do I know what is a polygon? A polygon is a closed plane figure formed by 3 or more line segments that meet at points called vertices. And I'm going to show you what that is in a minute. Okay, let's go back to the next part. But before I show you, I want you to choose from here. Chin 1 used these shapes to make a mobile. Which shape appears to have 4 congruent sides? Now I'm using a word for the question that you don't know what it means, congruent. And I want you to tell me, because some of you do know, which of these shapes have congruent sides? If you don't know if it's this one or that one or this one or this one, it's okay. I'm going to ask you again at the end once I tell you what all the words mean. And then by then, I hope you understand what it all means. Okay, again, the definition of a polygon. A closed plane figure. It has to be closed, like a triangle. It doesn't matter what it looks like, but it does have to be closed. And it has to have 3 or more line segments. That's why the smallest polygons are triangles, because they have 3 lines. They have to meet at each little point. And those points are called vertices. The polygons are named by the number of sides and angles that it has. And I'll show you later how that works. For it to be a regular polygon, all sides have to be congruent and all angles have to be congruent. Now, question for you. Is a circle a polygon? The answer to that is absolutely not. It is not at all a polygon because it is a closed figure, yes, but it's formed by curves, not line segments. It's not connected by line segments. It's just this, a circle is a curved. It cannot be formed. It does not meet the conditions to be a polygon. Now, if you take a circle like here and you connect into line segments, you no longer have a circle. Now, this is a line segment right there. Now you have a dodecagon. That is a polygon that has 12 sides. Do you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 sides. But it's no longer a circle. For it to be a polygon, it has to have the lines right there. Now, these are our two types of polygons. We have regular, and like I told you before, the sides have to be equal, congruent, and the angles have to be congruent. Here, your angles and your sides are all the same, okay? Here, irregular polygons either don't have equal sides, congruent sides, or don't have congruent angles. Look at this rhombus, for example. You see down here, that particular angle is way bigger than this one here. So therefore, it's irregular. This side here on this polygon is smaller than that one, so that's irregular. In this triangle, that line here, it's way longer than the other two, so that's irregular. Okay? That's what makes an irregular polygon as opposed to a regular one. Here we have some of the words I want you to also learn. A pentagon is a polygon that has 5 sides. A hexagon is a polygon that has 6 sides. A heptagon is a polygon that has 7 sides, and those are all Greek words, and they have, that is just, okay, not Greek, I'm sorry, Latin words. They come from Latin. Then you have octagon, 8 sides, nonagon, 9, and decagon, which is a word you already know because we've talked about it when we did measurement, deca, meaning 10. Now I'm going to ask you again the same question I asked you at the beginning. Chin 1, we use these shapes, these 4 shapes, to make a mobile. Which shape appears to have 4 congruent sides? If you look at them, which one seem to have 4 congruent sides? Well, we already know it's not the circle because that's not a polygon. We definitely know it's not the trapezoid because these 2 sides are different. This one looks like it, but it isn't. It's not a square. So the sides are not the same and the angles are not the same. So the answer to that is going to be this one. This one, if you look at it, it is a rhombus, or it looks like one, but it's more like a square. Look at it. The sides are the same. So they have 4 congruent sides. Here, the sides are the same. So if you chose that one at the beginning, you have it correctly. So now I'm going to go over to the book so that we can look at actual examples from the books, and that's going to be on a separate video.